Hello and welcome to this Long Island weather alert. Big storm heading our way. You can clearly see it here on the satellite. Very remarkable to see a storm like this for May. Such a wrapped up extratropical low here that is approaching. It's going to strengthen as it moves over us, and you can see that river of rain, that river of moisture that is approaching. We'll pull this out a little bit to get a better view of it. And here is that big low. Look at that moisture going all the way back to the Gulf of Mexico. A very big wrapped up low. I'll make this a little... Well, you can also see the smoke. That's diving south. That's diving south into the Midwest that we'll have to worry about. But first we got to get through this low pressure area right here. That's going to bring some thunderstorms, heavy rain, and there's a severe threat just to our south. Tornado threat, actually, just to our south. We'll look at the Canada view as well, Canada northern U.S. view, to show you again all that smoke that we're going to be dealing with after we're done with this storm, because there's lots of smoke coming down from Canada. You can see here from these wildfires here continue to burn. Now there's a whole bunch in Alberta that are going now, it looks like. So, yeah, this is going to be a whole lot of smoke eventually. But we got to get through this storm first, and the first thing that we're going to be talking about here is the tornado watch that's in effect for New Jersey. There is a tornado watch in effect until 12 a.m. for much of New Jersey, south of the Raritan. And then north of that, we've got a flood watch in effect because of all the heavy rain that's going to be coming. You can see there's a flood watch to the north of that. And this is all because of this, again, this big... There's your second low along the front there. Heavy rain and flooding possible. Severe thunderstorms possible. And definitely a good bet for excessive rain. Storm Prediction Center, they've got, there's the tornado watch right there. And you can see that's a slight risk for severe weather. But there is that tornado watch that's in that area. And that's just to our southwest. Just to our southwest, because it's such a powerful low. And it's pulling up a lot of moisture, and it's deepening as it's moving toward our area. So that's the concern. And there's that tornado watch again that we have in effect for. Again, that includes it looks like part of Middlesex, Monmouth County, Ocean, all from south on. That goes all through the Mid-Atlantic, through Delaware, Maryland, Washington D.C. That whole area. And as we go into tomorrow. We're still not done yet. We still have a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms in southern New Jersey as well. And look at that. They've got, let's see, what is that? It's tornado risk. No tornado risk, but I want to show you today because we do have the tornado risk today. If we go to tornado, you'll see, look at that. They've got a 5% tornado risk, including New Jersey, where that tornado watch is right there. So, again, this is close. This is definitely close. That's for sure. So let's go to the radar. Show you what we got going on. And you can see this is what we're dealing with here. Of the heavy. These are some heavy thunderstorms here going through. Heavy rain. A lot of these. I don't know if we have any warnings with these out. I can't see them over the watches. Let's go to the radar here. Let's see if we see any boxes here. Just seeing a little bit of rain, just starting again to our area, but we go to Mount Holly. Yeah, we've got a lot going on. So there actually is a tornado warning in Maryland right now. It looks like, and there's numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is what we're dealing with here. You look off to the corner here. Let's go to the high-res radar. There it is. There's the tornado warning right there. So northeast of Annapolis right there, there is a tornado warning. So these thunderstorms are moving from southwest to northeast. And the question is, will they hold their intensity to be severe when they get past New Jersey and into our area? Because I don't think we're necessarily out of the woods here yet. And you can see the severe thunderstorm warning. So we have to watch this particular cell right here. There's a whole bunch here whole bunch of warnings along this line that are out. So if we go back to this, and we'll just take off we'll change the layers. We'll just go just warnings. It looks like actually there's only the severe thunderstorm warning and the flash flood, actually the tornado warning and the flash flood warning, but there could wind up being more warnings later on. All right, for sure. And this is a muggy, humid air mass. I mean, 70 degrees. Let's see, that doesn't have a dew point. Dover here, 68, dew point 64. So it's pretty humid out there. It's a pretty humid day today across the area. A lot of clouds. There were some peaks of sun. Though not a whole lot of, if we go to the actual high temperatures today. So I'll pull this out a little bit so we can get a better idea. You can see across Long Island, wasn't that warm, but if you look off to the southwest here, and it looks like it got a lot warmer. Once you got southwest of Toms River, upper 70s, so they probably broke out into some sunshine, which helped to stabilize things that much more when this system comes in. And again, quite a system indeed. We'll go back to the local one here, the northeast one. This is quite a system, and we'll look at lightning as well. We'll put GL flash intensity so it'll show you these storms do have lightning with them. Quite a bit of lightning with that tornadic storm right there. There it is right there. So this is what we're going to have to watch tonight. Very powerful low area of low pressure system. This is the radar again. See these thunderstorms with very heavy rain here too. Very heavy rain with these storms as well. If we look at precipitation, and we'll just go past 12 hours, I guess. You can do that. See how much rain has fallen or where these storms have hit. Doesn't look like that much, but yeah, I'm not seeing that much rain. But this could wind up getting, as that low intensifies, wind up being more rain with these storms. So right now I'm not seeing anything too crazy, but it is definitely a mess that we have heading our way. I'll just put all the observe. There's that tornado watch, flash flood watch. We've got a small craft advisory, marine weather statement for fog, and there's been some fog off the South Shore. Kind of just a dreary day, but it's going to go from dreary to stormy, for sure, as we deal with this system. So let's look at the models here, and we'll see the latest as to what these models are showing. I'll go to the eastern U.S., and we'll go to the European model here, the 18Z European, and because this low is going to intensify, and that could help enhance the rainfall as well as the severe threat. See that low pretty much goes pretty much right along the I-95 corridor, and that heaviest rain is going to be overnight, and then we have the threat for some thunderstorms in the afternoon and the evening with the cold front, and then behind that we'll have improving weather, and then we'll have to worry about the smoke. But we're going to first start with, and I'm mainly focused right now. I'll talk about the smoke toward the end for a little bit. But I'm mainly focused on what we're going to be dealing with tonight. So we've got most of the HRRR in here. We will start with that. And you see that it has the rain starting, I guess, a little bit before midnight. And then we're going to have, after that, probably toward 2 a.m., heavy thunderstorms with heavy rain over our area. And you know what I'm curious about before I even get started? Let me just go to the lightning and see how much lightning these storms are producing here. Right, not tons of lightning, but this could ramp up. This will have to be watched again with that developing low. Whatever the case is, you see this low developing over us and deepening. This low is going to strengthen as it moves over our area, and that helps to enhance the rainfall and the thunderstorms. And we're going to be having that rainfall, maybe a little bit of a break. It's going to be like two waves. One wave in the wee hours of the morning, and then another wave probably around 8, 9 o'clock or so of some rainfall. Then we get a break, and then we're going to have to watch for thunderstorms in the afternoon and the evening hours. Right now it looks like most of them are going to form over New Jersey, just to our south, but it's close enough that it's going to have to be watched. I don't see a kink there. It's a small kink, but not a dramatic kink. I'm more concerned about the storms we're going to be dealing with tonight, I think, versus tomorrow. And then we're finally going to get out of that, though you could still see, look, still developing some showers even on Sunday. There could still be some instability in the air for Sunday. Dew points and wind flow. Obviously, we have plenty of humidity in the air, and that's going to help fuel the heavy rain. And then tomorrow, you see the winds go to the west and that low pulls away, but the dew points don't drop that much. We have to wait for that cold front to come through. That brings our second chance for showers and thunderstorms. And then the drier air comes in as we get into Sunday to start June. But those are some pretty toasty dew points right there. So it's pretty humid air. And you see, looking at our temperatures, you'll see tomorrow there'll be it won't be as warm as today inland, but it's still warm enough and humid enough that we have that threat. And then tomorrow night, we'll see the temperatures drop nicely. And then 40s perhaps by Sunday morning. Be nice cool air mass, and then low 60s. And maybe I'll be able to turn off the air conditioner. Maybe. You know the way it goes here. Let's look at the Cape levels. This is the other concern that we have. So this is the Cape as that low goes over us. It's not really generating a ton of Cape here. And again, most of that Cape is off to the south, not over us. So that's why I'm not too bullish on a severe threat, but there could be. And then you see some of that Cape again tomorrow. And then again, we are looking at the HRRR. Unfortunately, I don't think it gives us this parameter for the euro. No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. We have it for the NAM, which we'll go to next. I'll have to use the 18Z NAM for this. All right, so this is the NAM. And we'll go back and look at the rainfall amounts in a moment. But this is the NAM here. NAM's a little more off to the north and west with the rain. Has the low center pretty much in the same spot, but it's got the precipitation more off to the north and the west. Not sure if I'm buying that. But then you see what happens in the afternoon. You'll see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as well behind that. Now, I don't know if we get that parameter with the NAM. Or we do. Okay, good. Let's look at this with the NAM and see what we have. Yeah, it seems like the Cape is best over Jersey, not so much over our area. So I think Jersey has a better chance of. I think once those storms get into that area, it's just going to be more downpours and heavy rain. But it's going to be heavy rain and could cause some flash flooding pretty quickly. So let's go look at the total accumulated rainfall here that we're going to see from this. This is the NAM, and you can see the NAM, which I'm not buying, has all the heavy rain off to the north and west. I mean, 2-inch plus. Northern New Jersey through the Hudson Valley, and not that much for everybody else. I'm not buying that at all. Let's go to the HRRR. I think this is a little more likely what we're going to see here. Around western parts of Long Island, probably 1.5 inches down through the Jersey Shore. And there could be some areas that could see over 2 inches of rain wherever those heavy thunderstorms develop. This one has it over the city and over central Jersey, and less towards Suffolk County, maybe more like a 1/2 to 1 inch as you head further out east. But this could all be subject to change. It's just a model, and it's really hard to predict exactly where this all lines up. But generally speaking, the heavier stuff, because of there's more instability inland, would tend to be more inland versus over on Long Island. Let's go to the HDRPS next. Here's the HDRPS, and you can see HDRPS, again, after midnight, that's when things start to deteriorate. Heavy rain, you can see that heavy rain. But again, it seems like the HDRPS also onto this idea at the heavier rain, because of the way the low is going over us, that the heavier rain goes to the northwest side of the low. So that would mean less heavy rain for our area. And so I don't know if we're going to see 2 inches of rain here on Long Island. I'm starting to have my doubts that we're going to. I think the heaviest rain will wind up being off to the north and west, but we could still get a decent amount of rain out of this thing. But off to the north and west, there could be some significant flooding there, that heavy rain. And then in the afternoon, we've got to worry about, and again, that second round there with the cold front. Looks like, again, mostly active over New Jersey. If we look at total accumulated precip on this model, again, showing that the heaviest stuff would be in the north and west, but some of these areas could see 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain in the Hudson Valley through northern New Jersey. So this seems to be the highest risk right now that I'm most concerned about. I think that because of the track of the low and the fact that you have this moisture running up against them, increase in elevation. So I think Long Island will be spared like the worst of the rain, but still doesn't mean that we're not going to see a heavy rain event over Long Island. But I think the worst of it's going to be to the north and west. Right now, that's what it's looking like. A lot of these models seem to be showing. European also sort of showing that. I know the resolution isn't quite as high, but European also seem to be showing that as well. And then there's, of course, that severe threat, which is really hard to predict with any kind of model at this point. You're just going to have to watch the storms as they make their way northward and see what happens with that. Once we get this storm over with, we will be dealing with much better conditions. So dew points drop on Sunday. You see those dew points drop, and we'll have much more comfortable weather. However, and the temperatures will also be much more comfortable to start June as well. I mean, the temperatures will be cooler. It'll definitely be in the 60s. And it's going to feel cooler because of that breeze. But the concern, of course, is the smoke. Let's first, before we look at that, I'll go to the RGM, which is one more model we can look at here for this storm system. And we'll also look at the skies as well on this. But you can see as the general idea, it has like a big thump of heavy rain after midnight. That could be thunderstorms, and then the heavier rain kind of stays off to the north and the west there a little bit. So it's the same general idea. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, there could be some breaks in the afternoon of sunshine. So let's see, today we're fairly cloudy. You can see there's that little break in the afternoon before the cold front approaches. All right, and then for Sunday, we could have some stratocumulus around. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a stratocumulus field tomorrow. I meant Sunday as well. Now, Monday, probably we'd have less in the way of any clouds around by the time we get to Monday. I'm not going to really talk too much about Monday, but because that's well in advance. But what we can do is look at some of these smoke models here. Let's find the vertically integrated smoke model. Here's the RAP that we're using here. And you can see it looks like it has the bulk of the smoke going to the Midwest and the Mississippi River Valley. A little bit of it rotates into our area maybe tomorrow, and then we get a little bit of break, but you'll see that it starts. Here we go. Let's see how far. I think we're only going to get out till the 1st, which is Sunday. So Sunday doesn't look like it's going to be too hazy. It does not look like it's going to be too hazy. But after that, it could start moving in. So keep that in mind. Sunday we have more clouds around, but bluer sky. And near surface smoke, which we can look at as well, because that's going to get into some areas of our country too as well, to the Midwest. Looks like it is showing some near-surface smoke actually making it into our area tomorrow, perhaps. That's possible, I guess. And then the batch here. And I'm using this model. I could use the HRRR one as well. It's, I think, one of the... But it's not a Canadian one. Here's the HRRR one. Here's this one. You can see. You kind of like get a pocket of cooler air, but eventually this whole mess, which is over the Midwest, is going to work its way into our area. So worst of it, because it's in central Canada, is going to go down to the Midwest and the Mississippi River Valley, and then eventually get into our area. But Sunday looks like we're not going to be dealing with the smoke yet, but as we get into next week, that's when it's possible we may be dealing with it. That's all I'm going to talk. I'll talk more about it tomorrow night because we're going to have to talk about. We'll have to recap the rainfall amounts tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll have to talk about the statistics for May and what's going to happen after that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'm not done yet because I want to go over a few more sites. So let's go to Ventu Sky. We're going to just look into tomorrow here. And let's look at the thunderstorm threat as well on this, which kind of gives you a higher resolution, which I kind of like, of the Cape here. The Cape is mainly over New Jersey. See, that seems to be where it stays. Oh, but there is a little bit here at 8 o'clock. So it's showing something. I can't rule out that we might see a severe thunderstorm on Long Island. The best chances seem to be in New Jersey, but can't rule it out completely. It's painting some over Long Island for tomorrow as this cold front. You can clearly see the cold front here by looking at these arrows here with the wind. So it's kind of some convergence there. There could be some activity along that area. Now, wind gusts also a concern tomorrow with this developing low. And there could be some pockets of stronger wind gusts, 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, perhaps associated with thunderstorms, because it's just such a deep low. It's such a deep low. So that's the concern I'm pretty much have regarding the winds tomorrow. And definitely there is some severe threat that I think that I wouldn't say Long Island is completely out of the woods yet. Considering. I will go back to tidbits for a moment here. Let's go back to tidbits. And just want to see if we have any more of the latest NAM in before I wrap things up. We have 13-hour frames of it, so here's the NAM. That looks nasty. We're going to have to watch for this line that's going to move through around 2 a.m. It could wind up. This could be a pretty bad line. If it holds together, we may see severe thunderstorms. I'm most concerned with that 2 a.m. hour. This is going to have to be watched. So stay tuned. If it holds together, I'll be back and we'll be talking about it. Because I still think we may see some severe weather tonight, even on Long Island. Don't underestimate that risk. That's going to wrap this up for now. It's going to be a rough night. That's for sure. And so we'll have to see what happens. Have a good night. And again, if we see any severe weather, I'll be back. If it looks like it's going to be a threat for our area, or if there are any tornado warnings for areas to our southwest, or severe thunderstorm warnings, this is going to have to be watched for sure. So that's all I got for you. Good night.